Hey guys, for those that are on my same time, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. We have a 2010 Honda Odyssey, and the customer complaint is the check engine light is on and flashing. There is some other things like a AC blower, kind of, well, as far as what he describes, it sounds like the blower is a stop or one of the actuators, blind door motors or something in there. And there is some other lights for maintenance that I got to take care as well, what is in my bay, but he wants to know what the issue is with the check engine light flashing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my GoPro that I don't know why I stopped using it, but I'm going to connect the scanner right now, read the codes, and see what we need to do after that. Also, before I jump into this repair, I just would like also to say that it was a great time in Super Saturday, Philadelphia, PA. I also got the honor to go and work in a few cars with Ivan from Pine Hollow Auto Diagnosis, which I'm going to put a link on his channel. Not that he needs it, because I'm actually a very small channel compared to his. But he's a great guy. He's a good friend. We share a lot of thoughts during Super Saturday, and it was fantastic. Ivan, thank you so much for the shout out, and it was a great time. Doing some diagnosis with you. I also, I really would like to go over to Staten Island to do the Staten Island Express with Keith and Eric and Ivan. Now Steve Scott from England is in there having fun, or what we call fun, which is hard diagnosis and everything. Because Keith, he's a great diagnostician and a great guy, but he gets very hard, repairs because all the shops that call him know that he's the man. So all right, let's just start with this one and see what we got. I already got the scanner connected. I have not ID the vehicle, so let me start the GoPro. I use the GoPro as the shore capture camera so you guys can see me and see what I'm doing. Hopefully that works better. All right, so here we go. All right, so again, well, that's one of the lights. Hopefully you guys can see there the B124, and the oil life is 15%. The car has 103,000 miles. All right, so I got some updates on this tool, but that's no problem with what we're doing. I have noticed that with the GoPro, close distance is less glare. At least, it's what time is right now. It's almost 8 a.m., 44 degrees. I love it. As you can see right there, 2010 Odyssey. And I'm recording this time with the GoPro as well in 4K, which this is the GoPro 7 Black, so it's completely capable of. I'm not going to do a full scan because we're going to focus on the engine misfire. Honda has good feeds for misfires. I don't want to start the car too much. I just move it from outside the shop to inside as quick as possible so then warm up and then we can lose valuable information. So it's a very steady maze, as you can see with the code. I guess that's what the computer is seeing, P0301. I cannot see freeze frame here. That's weird. Freeze frame data. See if we can collect anything. All right, so it is. So we have, idle. Hmm, I can say a warm up engine. So it's not a problem for me to run the car. See what else we can see. Yeah, as you can see, the 8780, the EAT, intake air temperature sensor, is inside the engine compartment, so it's definitely going to give you hotter readings than ambient, of course. Map sensor. Hmm, I don't like that value too much, but let's not overanalyze too much here. I like the vital sensor. we have any field trims? Short term field trim 1. So it's using Honda values. Battery voltage is fine. Injector timing 0 milliseconds. Okay, that's weird. Sometimes not all the data that you collect in here, especially with Hotel, is 100% valuable. But at least we know that it's with hot engine. So let's check the data we have. Now we can start the engine. Gonna set up the scanner right here on the passenger seat for you guys to see it. So let's collect engine, ETC or ECT. Sorry guys, I'm looking in the scanner and now what you guys are seeing. And we can see it looks like it has two, well at least two pits. I'd like to compare. I want to see what the map sensor is reading. It's a very important sensor, but this has a map as well. So it's using the map just to check the EGR. We'll see. I'm going to go. I'm not going to collect the O2s, not yet, but the filterings well. So filtering 1, short term, filtering 2. Battery voltage is a little low. I just connect the scanner, but again, let's not think on that too much. It has the EGR, command and lift, and position. Want to see that. Want to see the long terms as well. I don't care about idles, misfires, of course. So let's get these ones. Oh, those are total. I don't want those yet. If we can keep on one, that since we know it's the one, at least what the computer is seeing. And misfire B. I don't care about those yet. Let's try to see. I didn't see the long terms. Sometimes Honda doesn't give it on original information. You have to go to OBD2 to get those. So let's see. Are you stuck? No. Uh, it's alphabetically, but no, we don't have that. So, all right, short. I mean, show. And for now, let's see the misfires. Yeah, instantly number 1. It is a dead Mason number 1 cylinder, and as you guys can see, we do have a flashing check engine light. So the counter is a total of 100, and then it stays, which is weird because I can feel the misfire now. See, now it's not really more. We turn it on and on again. That's the sound of the car, alarm, and all the stuff. One more time. Yeah, it's weird that the values just stop reading, and the misfire is there. All right, so what is the EGR? Command is at 0. We're seeing acceleration. Oh wow. And it does have a cutoff in the acceleration. And that is, I think, just normal tragedy. Yeah, if I accelerate it slow, it does accelerate. So I'm not going to be able to shift that EGR, not like this. All right, so let's go over the engine. Let me put the ignition back on so I don't disturb this corner too much. All right, but now I can turn it off. Let's go over the engine bay. Let me stop the GoPro. We don't need for this. Just put them in on the side. Let's get this covered out. This one was actually loose on this side. There's two plastic, kind of like a screws that you have to just make them space from 12 to 6. It's just a flat. All right, for those that don't know what the fire in order, I'm going to pull up in all data. Actually, let me use um, Identifix so you guys can see what I'm seeing too. So I'm just going to look for 2010 and the Odyssey. It is a 3.5 engine, so that's, this is manually selecting it. And then let's see the fire in order. Just go over to motor specifications in here. Yes, number one cylinder is on the back bank, but it's still in these cars is accessible, kind of. I mean, it's definitely inside there, but not so bad. 1 second, guys. Gotta tighten up this arm a little so you guys don't fall on my head. And as far as I can see here, car has some good record of maintenance. Just gotta see if the spark plug has been done, power steering fluid. I'll have to see what all this engine filter, transmission. I don't know what B means. Probably brake fluid, power steering. I don't see spark plugs in here. Got it next to my bay working today. Just, visually inspect the coil connections. I don't see nothing abnormal in there. I'm going to talk to the service writer and see what the history on the car is and how deep they want to go. What would I what would I want to do? Of course, connect the scope and see a secondary waveform or primary waveform. I don't know if it's possible on this one. I think these are 3-wire. Yeah, these are 3 wires, but I can use the paddle and see what kind of waveform we see and start to do analyze those. But I mean, it's easy and simple on those cars. So I can at least pull the spark plug and check it out. But let me talk again with the service writer and see what we can proceed with it. All right, be right back. See if I can stop this. All right, guys. I got only the 1 hour of diagnosis, which is, very short to do something like this. But it doesn't mean that I cannot check. I'm gonna have to do the quick and dirty, move the coils to the next cylinder. So let me actually change these gloves. I need a little bit more of a feeling on the grip, so I like to wear these orange ones. They sell all colors. I like the orange because when they get cut, I can see that just throw it away. Because I don't want to be wearing a damaged glove and then I'm getting my hands all full of degreaser or whatever, right? All right, so we got right here. Gonna need a extension. This car did have some major maintenance being done into it. Like, not major, but let's say um, back covers were replaced. That is something I can see right away here. I'm just trying to loose coil 1 and 2. Yeah, dropping my socket in there. This is where most of the mechanics looks the number 10. I got both loose. And the connector is fighting me. Okay, got it out. We're gonna put a mark on that one so we know that this one is number 1. Because as far as maintenance, the spark plugs were replaced in February. So I don't think valves were adjusted or anything. And I'll have to check on this engine if that is possible. I moved 2 to 1. And now I'm putting 1 into 2. Thinking that just the spark plugs are new, right? It's less than 4,000 miles ago. So I'm not going to put the nuts yet. We don't need that to do the testing. Let me grab the scanner. Oh, gotta start the car. Let's do this with you guys too. Sorry for the glare. Let me see. Where is the best spot? Oh, right there, right? Okay. So, where are all the codes? Well, actually, there's no misfire code now. Let's see the live data. I can see the engine misfire. Let's go to them quickly. So cylinder misfires. That's the total, and the actual misfire is not showing nothing. Everything is still number 1. Misfire cycle. Let me turn the engine off with ignition on. I can see the check engine light blinking. So I'm going to erase the codes. I know the freeze frame is going to be erased, but it's not really even helpful for us. Now what it was in there, just the only thing was helpful was the temperature on the engine. I had to turn the ignition off. Okay, so turn the ignition off, switch the ignition on, and that should do it. Just to make sure it got erased, let's read this. No full codes. All right, let's just start the car now. No chicane light. I'm going to do a little bit of a brake uh, brake power test. I mean, it's a dead misfire. So we got no misfire codes or chicken as the live data was picking up. Sorry guys, you're not seeing this. I'm just going over to the misfires. Okay, now I have a blinking chicken line, and it's on still on cylinder 1. It was for second. Now it's back to 0. Oh, now we have 2 in cylinder 4, which it wasn't, but that's total misfires. See, the 1 with all the misfires is in cylinder 1. That's the total misfires. Remember, it wasn't 100. You remember that? You can go back to the video and see that as well. So the cycles are going through. Let me grab the GoPro and go inside. I'm going to do the power braking test again, and then I'll have you guys with me. All right, so let's select the misfire cycles, and then 1 total misfires. I'm going to select 1 and 2. We move the coil, right? And then cylinder misfire B, which probably in different RPMs. Let me select the, come on, RPM so you guys can see the actual engine is being accelerated. All right, so I'm going to put the car in gear. We want to select, in this case, this reverse. It is weird that it ain't reading absolutely nothing. And the chicken light is blinking. So if we have a chicken light blinking, we had to have, oops, a code. So let me, the engine, no, this is still running. Let me get to read the codes. And this is still in cylinder number 1, so it's not the coil. I gotta go deeper, guys. I like it. All right, so let's let me stop the video here on the GoPro. We can leave this here like that. Well, were you guys looking at the floor? I'm sorry. Well, you will see in the GoPro. Hey guys, I switched gears and I'm putting the snap on test because I don't really like that pit that is not really counting on cylinder 1 or whatever, even 2 or 1, right? We move the coil. So let me start the car right now. The engine is not running. So I'm going to start the car. Just like I said, I already ID the vehicle and got the car running now. Let me do this with you. Hopefully you can see there. So I'm going to select the misfire data. And you see, cylinder 1 It's racing. We have the nothing on cylinder 2. So yeah, it's counting, counting, and keep counting. So it raises every time it goes to like 187. So it's like it looks like it's the maximum. So it's kind of like a value when it reaches there, it resets because you see how it did the same thing in here. Let me see if I go back and I read again. Yeah, it is weird. So it's doing the same thing. As soon as it reaches the maximum of the total misfire, it doesn't read it no more, even though the engine is misfire. So, but before I condemn anything else, I need to check that spark plug. So I'm going to get out of the scanner, turn the car off before it gets too warm, and I'm going to switch that spark plugs as well. I know that's not what a truly diagnostician should do, but in the real world of repairs, we need to, again, this is coil 2. I am on cylinder 1. I'm just going to remove the coil 1 from the 2, so we had a mark. Now I'm going to keep it there, but I want to, again, get that spark plug out of there, see how it looks first, and or move it from cylinder to cylinder, which is, it's a valid test. You can go in and cylinder pressure transducer and put an ignition sync if you want, but I will not do that, not right away, because it's not a huge amount of time. I can do it right now, but this is the quickest and dirty. See if that spark plug looks weird. So I had a spark plug number 1, and yes. All right, guys, this is enough. Let me put the ratchet away. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, the spark plug is completely fouled. It's full of oil. So it looks like we got an issue on that cylinder because these spark plugs were installed in February. Nice. Let me get on the other side of the camera. All right, guys. So this is it for this car. This is a foul spark plug with only less than 4,000 miles installed in it. There is a recall on these engines because the pistons move, get a line, and then the oil start just burning like this. So I need to put this same spark plug in there, leave the misfire, and he's gonna have to go over to the dealer to get this job done. So other repairs will have to wait, and then I'll do those whenever Honda decides to fix the engine, and then he has to come back because I have to do the most likely the timing belt. I doubt it that they will include that on the repair, but I don't know. So we go from there. So this is it on this video. Hopefully, uh, I don't get too much criticism, but this is real world. I want to install a pressure transducer, ignition, or even a ignition pod to see the secondary. I mean, this is very known issue on Honda's spark plug coils, especially with 103,000 miles. So I was expecting this. It's again a known issue. All right, guys. See you next time. I'm going to be working in a Range Rover. I'm going to be setting up that video shortly. All right, guys. See you next time.